No, we're not live.
Oh, we're totally live.
We're live?
The world is watching. Not really, but I just had to let them know
Okay,
that.
yeah,
They think so,
definitely.
'cause the
We're
world is
always
watching, you know
live.
what
We
I'm
always
saying?
live. We all the way live.
All right, we're live.
We are here with Christine Neese, the real MVP. How are you feeling?
I am feeling good. We are having a good time. The vibe is for real up in this joint.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Seeing all my friends. So, yeah, definitely a great time.
We are live from the Neese Roofing Christmas Party 2025, and I am here with the man, Derek Neese. How you feeling, big dog?
Oh man, we're feeling good. This is gonna be a great night. We already have about 250 people in the building, and already ate half of an entire hall.
Come on now, a real legit hog. I got one of the Neese boys. This is Jeremy. How you feeling, big dog?
I'm doing great, man. How about yourself?
Good to see you as always.
Good to see you, sir.
Now we're here live at the Neese Roofing 2025 Redneck Christmas Party with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Larry Neese. How are you doing, sir?
Man, I'm doing great, buddy. This has been a crazy night.
Crazy night. It's all because of you, and I want to ask you, how important is it for you to put on events like this? This is what, the number 8? The 8th?
So this was our 8th one. It's been the
Wow.
biggest, over 400 in attendance. We started this back, I think it was in 2017, and we had 35 people just came by, some of the employees, some of our supporters and friends, and it's just continued to be a tradition and a big charity event as well.
Absolutely. And now, obviously, this is one of Larry's son, Derek. He's a big partner of the business. For you, how important is it to do parties like this for the community and for your employees?
Well, this is probably one of the most important events. It's a good way to get the community together. It's important for to get everybody in the community to really just talk amongst each other, socialize. A lot of us do business together. So it's a great way to get everybody out of their professional setting and really have a social time in an unprofessional setting.
Yeah. Now, obviously, 2025 has been a great year for a lot of people, been struggle for some. How has 2025 been for you, Derek?
Well, I got engaged this year.
Come on,
so I guess
congratulations.
this is one of the best years. But business-wise, it's been a great year. No storms, but it's also kept out a lot of horrible contractors by not having a hurricane come through the area. So for us, it's been great, but I'm sure for the hunters, it's been bad.
What do you think about your dad putting this on? Is that something you want to continue, the community outreach? What's it mean to you?
I think it's great for community outreach because it brings so many people together from very, very many walks of life. And everyone in this community has either worked closely with my dad before or is currently working closely with our family. So I think that, the outreach and the gathering itself is just a great statement of what it means to have good community and have good relationships with people in the working and construction world.
Come on. Now, obviously, some people will tell you, don't work with family. Don't mix family and business. It's not a good recipe. Obviously, you work with your mom, your dad, your brothers. What's it like working with family for you?
Oh, it has its ups and downs, but I'd say it has more pros than cons. I think, we learn so much more about each other while working with each other, and it's an amazing experience. And because we're all focused on the same thing, we're all working on something greater in life, and we're all doing it together in one place.
It's amazing. I don't even know what happened. It's crazy how things just happen organically. We started this Christmas party. It was just for our employees and a few of our, suppliers and, affiliates that we work with within the community. And then it just kind of grew every year. We started adding our customers. So a lot of the people in this building are actually our customers. And it's just amazing to just see all these people that have just come into our world and, that have just blessed us every year.
Absolutely. I want to ask you, in your opinion, is Neese Roofing a roofing company or is it a people company?
Definitely a people company.
As you can tell. Come on now, happiness is a Neese roof. Whose idea was it to kind of have these parties, bring the whole community together? Was it you, Larry, combination of both? What is it?
No, that was all Larry. Larry definitely likes throwing these parties. He loves to have a good time.
Does he have to drag you or do you love it just as much?
I think it's a little bit of both. Once I get here, I'm always having a good time, but there's always that social anxiety that you got to kind of get over. But in the beginning, I'm like, oh my gosh, and then I get here and I'm like, oh hello, hey, and it's just a good time.
Life is kind of funny, so I'm into a lot of stuff. I'm kind of artistic, a little bit creative, so this allows me to, use some of the outlet there. And it's just, it's a good time to bring people together that are our supporters, our friends, the not-for-profits. They get to meet some of our friends and some of our, allies. And and some of this is just being able to get together and see people you haven't seen in a year, and really kind of reconnect and be able to look at things that you're going to do in the future, and really put some stuff together.
Absolutely. Now, is it tough for you, Larry, because he's the man of the hour? Obviously, everybody comes in here, hundreds of people, they want to see Larry. Is it hard for you to kind of enjoy yourself? Is this like a wedding for you? You're just doing so much all the time, or do you get to kind of enjoy yourself?
So this is a job. So with 400 people, you know, you look at 4 hours, you've got 240 minutes, and you divide that up, and you really have this much time with each person.
That's right.
But, you know, I try to make the rounds as I can, and you know, a lot of stuff ends up happening where people are like, I saw you, they give me a call later in the week, later in the month, and they want to get together and do something, or talk about, you know, something that they're doing in the future that maybe I can help them with, or I might have something that they can help me with in the future.
You're right. Oh, succeeded too.
Yeah.
Obviously, the nice slogan is "Happiness isn't a Neese roof." For you, what does that mean?
Well, it's just that. There's no better feeling for our team and for our company than sitting in the front yard after somebody got a new roof and you see the smile on their face and you brought their dream completely to life. It is probably what brings the happiness to our factor. Most people are scared to work with a contractor and they're scared of what the outcome's going to be, but I believe with our customers, they are just happy all the way through the whole process.
Wow. Now, obviously, Derek, you do a great job for Neese Roofing in the business, but for you, how important is the team? Obviously, we got roofers, we got office ladies. How important is the team?
Well, the team is everything. We would be nothing without them. We rely on our sales guys to sell the roofs, and they do a dang good job of making sure that our customers get what they need. But the guys in the field who put the roofs on, to do the cleanup and walk through every step, they make it happen, and they love what they do. Most of our employees have been here for 8-10 years. We don't have much turnover on our field workers, which is really hard in the trade.
And I am here with one of the members of the Yates Funeral Home. How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Please introduce yourself for the people.
I'm Lisa with Yates. Last one to let you down.
That's right, that's right. Wow, that's gotta put that on a billboard. Now, how long have you been working with Yates Funeral Home? How long have you been there?
Oh gosh, so we took over Yates Funeral Home back in 2007, I think, but we're in the funeral service since 1862.
Wow, 1862.
I look good, don't I?
Absolutely, yes ma'am. Now, Lisa, I want to ask you, what does Fort Pierce, the community, mean to you? Obviously, you've been here in business a long time, but what does the town mean to you?
It's just the people, the history. There's just so much cool stuff in Fort Pierce. I mean, you got the marinas, you got the citrus, you got just so much history and cool people, really cool people.
Absolutely. Now, how did you meet the man of the hour, Mr. Larry Neese? The reason we're all here. How did you meet Mr. Larry?
I don't know if I'm allowed to tell. I mean, we're both married and stuff.
Absolutely.
So,
you can say
know.
it is what it is. The past is the past now.
Met when he joined a B&I group that I'm in, a networking group. And we became fast friends. We just kind of clicked. We're both a little bit of wise guys.
That's right,
and
that's right.
he's my brother from another mother.
Now, obviously, Yates Funeral Home, you're a very important person and a very important entity to a lot of people in life. For you, what's your most favorite part about work?
People, the families that I'm able to serve, and honestly, like on a very serious note, what we do is very near and dear to me, and the families that we work with. I mean, some of my best friends, or actually my best friends, I've met because I worked with their families and just it became a friendship. So it's not work, it's a calling, it's, you know, it's a journey that we take with our families.
And is it hard for you, or is it important to kind of separate emotions from work? Because obviously you deal with it every day, and some families, that when they're coming to you guys, it's the worst day. But for you, how do you balance emotion and it's just work?
It's hard. It's not always easy. It's times like this where I get to be goofy and you know, like kind of let go, and I have to. Otherwise, I'd just be like eternally depressed because I do feel for the families that I work with a lot. I mean, I'll be home on a Friday night and all of a sudden I'll be like, and my husband will say, "What's wrong?" And I'll be like, "This is Mr. Jones's first Friday night by himself. He doesn't even know how to cook dinner, you know?" Wow. And it's a lot. It's a lot.
We appreciate you for what you guys do at Yates Funeral Home. Lisa, I want to ask you, is this your first time at a Neese Roofing Party?
Oh, heck no.
How long have you been coming to a Neese Roofing Party, and are they always this wild?
I think I've been to every one.
Wow.
And Larry, I think I got Larry started with a lot of the music venues and things that he does.
Absolutely.
I kind of pulled him into that. So we're partners in crime when it comes to having fun.
Come
for
on
sure.
now. We love it. Now I want to ask you, Miss Lisa, we know what you do, Yates Funeral Home. We see you out here always doing it. Go check them out right there in Fort Pierce. Who do you do it for?
We do it for the community, for the families, for the people, and just to respect the families and the loved ones and make sure that everyone's remembered in a good way and forever.
Forever. Well, thank you so much, Miss Lisa, stopping by. Appreciate you
Yeah,
stopping by,
well,
man.
I did bring my six-pack.
She's got the six-pack now. You see it ready to go, loaded. Thank you so much. It's a Neese Roofing Party 2025, and I got the man, Will Armstead, in the building. You guys didn't know, this is the director, the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club. How are you feeling tonight?
Well, let me tell you something. My man, Larry Neese, who's on my board of directors, just does a phenomenal job. Got a great roofing company. He put beautiful roof on our Ken Pruitt unit. And I'm feeling good because I know I got good people around me.
Yeah. For you, a lot of people know about the Boys and Girls Club. Whether you were a member as a kid, you went there to play. What does it mean to you? What does the Boys and Girls Club mean in total?
Man, the biggest thing the Boys and Girls Club mean to me is that we're giving young kids access. We're giving teenagers access to opportunities that they may not otherwise be able to get. Whether it's career coaching, whether it's just a safe place, safe space, where they can just talk about what's going on in their life at that moment. I'm in my 10th year as the CEO, and once you're my family, and I call you my family, you're my family.
Obviously, Will, a lot of people look up to you and learn from you. Do you still learn from the kids underneath you?
You know, this is 2025. I was born in 1968. If I'm not learning from the young people, shame on me. Because they don't do things the same way when I was growing up. So I feel like I have to be willing to learn. The piece that I give the young people is the wisdom.
Yeah.
They tell me what's really happening today. And that part excites me.
Wow. A lot of people might want to be a CEO, whether it's of the Boys and Girls Club or just be the boss man, right? But can you describe a great day in your role and what's a difficult, challenging day like?
A great day in my role is that, you know, we serve, in my particular role, we serve 2,500 kids every day across 29 locations. Wow. And a good day is that no kid got hurt. And my team is amazing. Safety is our number one priority. I don't have that many bad days because situations are gonna come up. It's just how you handle it, right? We're gonna have things that we wish we could have did it a different way. Fix it, come up with a different solution. You can't really break it if you're working together as a team. Just be honest, talk about it, speak it out. If you had a bad day, then let's talk about it. Yeah. But I don't trip on too much or nothing, just do your job. And if you do your job, and I'm doing my job, we always gonna win. That's right. Always.
That's right. Obviously, we have a great community here. So many people came out to the Neese Roofing Party. To you, what does Fort Pierce and the whole St Lucie County mean to you?
I moved into this area about 24 and a half years ago. And Fort Pierce, I love Fort Pierce. And I love St Lucie County. Yeah. Now, this probably will get me in a little bit of trouble, but I love seeing growth. Because this is not a retirement community.
Right, as it once was. I love
this is not a retirement community. It's about growing the young people. Yeah. And I don't have the actual stats, but I would imagine that at least 30% of the people that live in St. Lucie County are under the age of 35. Yeah. They need more. And I have a wonderful board of directors. This party's got hundreds of people here from different walks of life. Yes. And they get to come together and have a good time. And that should happen every day.
Every day.
Every single day.
Something I like to ask on my platform to business owners and anybody in a position of power. Will, is there anything that you need help with? Anything that somebody can offer you in the world?
You know, if I think for me, If you got talent, bring it on. If you got time, bring it on. And if you have resources, bring it on. Don't be afraid to dig deep in any of those areas. We're building 2 new clubs, one in Tradition, one in Fort Pierce. They both mean a lot to me.
That's what I want to ask for you. How did you meet Mr. Larry Neese, and what does Larry Neese mean to you?
Well, me and Larry have been talking for many, many years. Then I went up to Larry one time and said, look, I'd love for you to be on my board of directors because I seen how you embrace the community. And then he, a few years later, he put a roof on, and he gave back. And he hasn't changed. He's about this. He's about making sure people are coming together, and all he asks is for a toy. That's it. And we got good food here tonight, and you would pay $50, $100, $150 to be in this room tonight.
Right.
And all it cost you was a toy.
That's it.
So get it in.
Come on now, get it in. I have Mr. Chris Kraft here, the Fort Pierce tax collector. How are you doing, sir?
Living the dream, baby. Living the dream.
I am here with Michelle, the county clerk. How are you feeling?
I am fabulous. This is always a great party.
I have Mr. James here, one of the county commissioners. How are you feeling?
Very good. James Clasby, by the way.
James Clasby, great to meet you. Now I'm here with Miss Jamie Fowler,
St. Lucie County.
the chair of St. Lucie County official. How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm wonderful. How are you,
Great
Wyatt?
to see you. Thank
Great
you so
to
much
see
for
you.
joining us. How, is this your first Neese Roofing Christmas party?
This is my first Neese roofing party. I didn't know what quite to expect when I got the invitation.
Right. Especially a redneck Christmas party. It's going to get a little rowdy in here.
I'm used to redneck, but I'm just not used.
I got you. It's a good blend. Now, obviously, Mr. Chris, I want to ask you, what is a tax collector?
When I figure it out, I'll let you know. So we collect all the property taxes for the county, for all the agencies, whether it's the county commission, the school district, the cities, all the special taxing districts like the water authorities, wastewater. We do all of that stuff. So we also we're the DMV. And that's what most people know us most for, is that you get your driver license with us. You also renew your registrations and do title transfers in the tax collector's offices.
So is it a lot of people under you, or is it just you're the big name that everybody gets to put all the blame on?
Well, it's interesting because people blame us, but we're kind of at the end of the road. We're just the ones that collect the money. The property appraiser, she assessed the property, the taxing authorities, they apply the millage rates, and they tell me, Chris, you got to go collect this money. So our total collections for the last couple of years just exceeded $1 billion for the first time. So that's what we do. We go collect the money. It's always somebody else's fault, and I love that part.
Right. And now, as the money increases, what does that equal for the county, for you guys?
For us, so we get a percentage of what we collect. Everything we do is a fee, and that's what we use to operate the office. So our operating office, our budget is just under $20 million. We've got 155 employees. So we had 3 branch locations. We built a new location up in Tradition, or down in Tradition. That's really kind of our flagship there. We want to model everything after that. It's built for speed, man. We can get people in and we can get people out.
Right. Now, how long have you had this role? How long have you been the tax collector?
I was elected in 2012 to the tax collector's office. I'm serving my 4th term. Before that, I served 2 terms at the county commission, 2 years as chairman of the board.
Wow. Now, obviously, Mr. Kraft, congratulations on that.
Stop with that, Mr.
I'm sorry, I apologize. It's a little southern in me. Chris, I want to ask you, would you consider yourself more of a people person or a money person?
Oh, I'm a people person. I hire the money people. I get the people that can count. I'm the guy there that said, I recognize the talent, make sure we bring them in so we can run that office efficiently.
Wow. Now, obviously, I want to ask, what did you want to be when you grew up as a young kid? Did you always want to be involved in tax collecting?
Yeah, that's kind of a funny story. I went on a couple dates with a county commissioner's daughter, and I put it in my head that's what I was going to do.
That's it.
So I did my 2 terms, my sentence as a county commissioner. As I like to say, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, but the education that I received from doing that prepared me for the role that I'm stepping in now, or where I am now. And I worked for Coca-Cola for 10 years prior to that. I wrote and negotiated all the contracts for the 3-4 county area. So it really put me in a great position, knowing key people in the community to help me take that step into local politics.
I love that. Have you always lived in Florida?
Always lived. Born and raised Fort Pierce, Florida.
Come on now, Fort Pierce. This is a real Florida boy. I love to see that and to hear that. To you, what does Fort Pierce and St. Lucie County mean to you?
Family, brother. Family. I mean, you look around here, everybody's got a smile on their face. Everybody here, whether they've met you for the first time or it's you've known them for years, they treat you the same. That's what I love about Fort Pierce.
I love that. I want to ask you, or let you give one message to the people out there that maybe are a little confused about what you do, what the tax collector's office is about, and if they put a little too much blame on you, what's one message that you'd like to give to people if they don't know what you guys are about? It's
interesting. In our mission statement that's on the wall in all 3 of our locations, the key word in that is neighbor, and it's to remind my staff that the people we serve are our neighbors, and it's also to remind the public that we too are your neighbors. So we allow the public to have a bad day. My team cannot have a bad day, and if they do, they can't show it to the public because we're there to serve our people. So just keep in mind that the people across the counter, they're doing their best. We go through training every single day of the week, 20 minutes a day, trying to make sure that we're providing them with the best tools to serve our public. These are our neighbors, and we love them to death.
I love that. Now I want to ask you, Mr. Chris Krabs, we know what you do, the tax collector's office. We see you out here doing it, but I want to ask you, who do you do it for?
I do it for the public, man. I love what I do. We innovate every day. We have one of the best run offices in the state. We have different policies, procedures that we've created here locally that's being adopted statewide. We've created technology that's being used at other offices across the state. We're moving the whole state of Florida into AI, and the roadmap that we've written for us for the future it's unbelievable. We're gonna potentially reduce the average transaction time by 3 minutes over the next 18 months.
Wow.
And that doesn't sound like much, but when you're adding an hour of time per day per clerk, that's that many more clerks or customers that we could serve in a day.
Wow, that is amazing. Last one I got for you. Where and how did you meet Mr. Larry Neese?
I don't know. I think we're just 2 boys from the areas. They keep running into each other. So I don't. Run into Larry several years ago, became fast friends. He's good people, man, Good people.
And we're so glad that led you to right here. Thank you so much, Mr. Chris Krabs. This is the tax collector for the county. We appreciate you and all that you do. But last one, if you don't mind. In my show, I like to ask, the realities of business. A lot of people want to have your job, a nice role that you got elected to be in. But for you, sir, can you describe a great day and then a bad or a difficult day?
There's no 2 days that are the same in my office. No 2 days. I mean, we got a pretty good script that we follow from day to day, from week to week. You never know what the day's going to throw, though. So we just a bad day for me. I don't know that I have any. It doesn't matter what happens. I thrive in chaos, and to some degree, I've taught my staff to get comfortable being uncomfortable, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely.
So that when we have those crazy, chaotic moments, we just roll with it, man. I love what I do.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for stopping by the Neese Media Table. This is the Larry Neese Roofing Christmas Party 2025. We are here with Mr. Chris Krabs. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us.
Brother.
Let's have a great night. Howdy, howdy. Can you please tell me what your official title is?
So I am the St. Lucie County Clerk of the Circuit Court and Comptroller.
Wow. So what is it that you do?
That's a loaded question.
What is it that you don't do? Maybe she does it all.
Right. I actually do over 1,000 statutorily required functions.
Wow.
Some of the things that most people are interested in are passports. We do that. We do marriages. So if you want to get married in St. Lucie County, you have to come see me.
Wow.
Actually, if you want to get married anywhere in the state of Florida, you have to come see me.
Hey.
Or another clerk. Yes, and we are the gateway to the court system. I'm also the comptroller, which means I handle all the finances for the county. I serve as the investment advisor, the auditor of the county. I'm the recorder for the county, and I'm the clerk.
She is the clerk. Where are you from?
I was actually born in Palm Beach, but raised here.
Born in Palm Beach, raised in Fort Pierce. That is
literally
great to hear.
right down the road.
Right down the road. Beautiful town. I want to ask you, what does Fort Pierce mean? What does the county of St. Lucie mean to you?
So St. Lucie County is really unique. There is not another county that has as much caring, compassionate, and loving people. I can't tell you how many times being in the community, we've reached out and said, we need, and the community has just overwhelmingly embraced us. regardless of what organization it is that we're representing, and really helped. It's been a phenomenal community.
What is it like for the actual county to see the population grow so much? We've boomed. I've been here since 2000. And for me to see the town, Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie tradition right now explode, is that great? Is it positive? Is it overwhelming sometimes? What is it like for you guys?
So for me, in the court system, it's a little bit overwhelming. We have a huge population boom, keeping staff educated, trained, etc. That's really difficult because you always have the state budgets that you have to worry about, not being able to do a lot with that. And trying to keep people that know what they're doing is really, really hard. I have got a phenomenal staff right now. I just wish I could pay them more, right?
Right.
But I think to answer your question, it really comes down to how you view it. I mean, that would be a question that I would ask you, because I've been here basically all my life except for military time, and it seems like, you know, you just kind of grow with the county as it grows.
Yes.
Is it overwhelming sometimes when you get stuck in the St. Lucie West traffic? Absolutely. But at the same time, there's other opportunities that come with that growth, you know?
Right. And it's got to be a positive at the end of the day. If more people are here, that means more jobs, more business, more economy. So at the end of the day, it's got to be positive. But it's up to the clerk, the city, the county, the people who will run the things behind the scenes to make sure it all goes according to plan.
Absolutely.
I want to ask you, what did you see yourself doing when you were a young girl?
So I was in the military as an air traffic controller.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you. And I thought I was going to stay and do that for a long time. Got out I came back here after about 10 years and started an insurance company, and it had financial products, and did that for about 20 years.
Wow.
And then went to work for the sheriff, and yeah.
Wow, I love that. Now, like I said, thank you for your service. Anyone in the military, we want to respect them and show a lot of love. Ask you, Michelle, obviously, you're one of the big dogs in the county, but you mentioned you have a full staff and you wish you could pay more. To you, how important is the team?
Oh, the team is everything. It literally, and that's just not words. I try to make sure that every day they know how important that they are. They are everything to the clerk's office. There is not a decision that I make by myself, and there's not a decision that I make that doesn't impact them. So I want to make sure that we're doing the best that we possibly can for them.
I want to ask, last one I have, thank you so much for stopping by. A lot of people might envy some elected officials, people that are known around the city, but I want to ask you, when you clock out, do you ever stop work? Are you always thinking about the city, always thinking about work? So I just want to ask you that. Do you ever clock out?
No, we don't really have that luxury. As a matter of fact, I was talking to somebody else who is an elected official, and you're always on. You know, you're always trying to solve problems. You're always trying to work with people and develop those partnerships, and it's important. You know, the stuff that we do is important. It affects people's lives throughout the entire community. So we want to make sure we get it right, and so it's a lot to ask, but you know, I think that's what your passion has to be. You know. So.
Last one I got, obviously you mentioned you're in your second term. Congratulations. Yes. Now that you've been an elected official, you have the people looking at you, the town supporting and relying on you. Have you changed at all becoming an elected official? Has it changed you?
I think maybe become more compassionate. You know, you think that you are, and then when you get into a role like mine and you start hearing all of the stories that go along with the people that you're impacting, I think you become more compassionate.
Wow.
So
I love that. Now, how did you meet Mr. Larry Neese? The reason we're all here. Shout out to Big Dog Larry. How did you meet Mr. Neese?
So Larry's children and my child were in FFA together at Westwood High School.
Wow.
And Christine and I were on the board for FFA, and we became fast friends. That translated into, Chris, will you help me run and be my treasurer? And she said yes. And then she came and worked with me for a few years in the clerk's office. Tremendous asset, just tremendous asset. And I miss her, but I know that Larry needs her more. So, yeah.
That's what I got for you, Michelle. Obviously, this is the county clerk. We know what you do. We see you out here doing it 2 terms. You see her. Well, who do you do it for?
My community. Yeah, absolutely. There's a great joy that I get when I can do things that are going to impact the people and make their lives easier. So.
Wow, you heard it here first. Thank you so much, Ms. Michelle, stopping by the Larry Neese Media podcast table. We're going to have a great time at the Christmas Party 2025. Howdy, howdy. We're getting a little redneck rowdy. Thank you so much for joining us. What is a county commissioner, if anybody didn't know?
Woo, that's a good question. I was a former 7th grade civics teacher, so county commissioner, the way I would describe it to some of my students would be that, well, do you know what a mayor is of a city?
Right.
Well, essentially it's that, except there's 5 of us, and instead of just one city, like the city of Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie, we're over the entire county.
Entire county. Now, obviously you said there's 5 of you, so does that mean 5 have to agree to form one idea, or is it 5 different going at it?
So it depends on what we're voting on. So generally, it's just majority rule. So a majority of 5 is 3. However, there are certain things that require 4 votes, and then there's other things that require 5 votes.
Wow. For you, how did you get to this position and role? Did you apply for it? Did you get voted in? How'd you get it? Did you get dragged into it like I dragged you to get here on this show?
Yeah, no, I got voted in November 2024. My first time winning an election. A lot of hard work. We campaigned for well over a year. Wow. And I was a school teacher while I was campaigning, so a lot of work after school hours and then on the weekends and over the summer. And we knocked on over 17,000 doors while campaigning, which was quite an achievement. Wow. So I think that doing the hard work really pushed us over the edge. Wow,
you heard it here first. He put in the work. Congratulations on getting elected. What did you want to be when you grew up when you were a little kid? Did you always want to be a commissioner? Did you always want to be a school teacher? What did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be an ice cream salesman. I have an ice cream truck. And then eventually I did want to become a county commissioner, believe it or not. So yeah, I think around high school I decided that one day I want to be a county commissioner. And it's always been an interest to me. I always watch the local access channels, the county commission meetings, the planning and zoning. I followed development applications back when there were things for Save Little Jim Bridge. Yeah. I was always a part of that, and my family's long-term here from Fort Pierce, St. Lucie County, and it really means a lot to me, our area, and making sure that we don't lose who we are as a county. A lot of people want us to become, the next Fort Lauderdale, the next Broward County, and I think that St. Lucie County has a difference than the rest of the area, and we can't lose that uniqueness.
I'd love to hear that. I love the historical value that we have. And right on that note, obviously support the Fort, support local. What does Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie, and the entire St. Lucie County mean to you?
It means everything to me. What do you mean? Of course.
I love that, because a lot of people don't know. Like when I went and played college basketball for 2 years in Connecticut. So for them, I was just the Florida boy. Sure. And Florida is Miami, Orlando, and maybe a big lake called Okeechobee. They don't really know about our city, so I always like to see and ask people that are from here, what does it mean to you? Because once I left, just like you said, we're not Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, we're not Miami.
I'm old enough to remember when the Weather Channel did not have Port St. Lucie or Fort Pierce on the map. You only saw Miami and maybe West Palm, and then you had to look for the Lake Okeechobee and go to the east.
I've asked all the other commissioners, I want to ask you, what's it like to see our county boom and expand? Obviously, tradition is totally expanded in the last couple of years. What's it like for you to see the community grow? Is it good? Is it a challenge?
Well, so growing up in Fort Pierce, it's a little different than people that may have grown up in Port St. Lucie. I'm old enough to remember when St. Lucie West really wasn't even a thing. Yeah. Neither was tradition. And just the growth has been crazy. I'm not a big fan of it personally. I think that we need to grow the right way. On the Board of County Commissioners, I'm always the one that kind of, pushes back against the townhouse developments where you got someone converting an agricultural piece of property to, they want to put 24-foot wide townhouses on the whole thing. Yes. And, that has its place. That place is generally in Port St. Lucie tradition. Some of these areas that it already exists and it's already planned for. Whereas me on the Board of County Commissioners, we mostly control and are doing the new development west of Fort Pierce and west of town. And, eventually it will happen because before I got on, they moved the urban services boundary west. So that area that's all between the current town and the urban services boundary will eventually develop. I want to make sure that it doesn't all develop as townhouses, that we have acre lots, half-acre lots, 5-acre lots, ranchettes, just a variety of housing types, because not everybody wants to live in a condo. Kind of goes back to an internet meme, it's like you see on the internet, it says, I'm finally at that age where I can say, I remember when all this was trees, so it's a real thing. Just seeing land taken is crazy. Board of County Commissioners just recently denied development off of Oleander and Ulrich, They wanted to put hundreds of townhouses, and they wanted to take out a ton of trees. I believe it was like 12,000 inches of trees. That's how they measure that stuff. So,
and when all that gets approved, and this is just my curiosity, when all that gets approved for new housing, is that to try to bring more and more people into the town, or is that to house the people that are already here?
Yeah, and for me, it's a mix of both, to be honest with you. But the problem is the rental rates of some of these newer townhouse communities. They think it's affordable, but it's not affordable. Whenever I was a teacher at Dan McCarty Middle School, great school, great teachers there. My sister actually still teaches there, and my brother-in-law. But I was making $47,000 a year. Now, you can't really afford a $300,000 townhouse on $47,000 a year. So, when we talk about a lot of these developers come in, they try to sell us on the new community that it's going to be affordable, it's going to be attainable. Affordable and attainable maybe to the folks moving down here from New York or California because of Ron DeSantis. Everybody wants to move to Florida now. Right. So, we got to make sure that we're looking out for our own people. The housing cycle is a boom-bust cycle. And back in 2008, 2009, it kind of proved that high trajectory of housing prices going up and the boom, eventually it will bust. And I'm one of those millennials that's kind of holding out for that bust. So I'm waiting to buy my property when it goes down, and I'm ready to do it when it happens this time.
I want to ask you, you mentioned there's obviously 5 commissioners. Do you look at them as teammates, friends, people? Because obviously you got to work together to get the outcome. How does that work? Are you guys 5 teammates?
So going into
co-workers?
Well, going into this, I actually knew personally all of them.
Wow.
Larry, he goes to my church at St. Anastasia. Jamie, I knew her before. Kathy, I actually served on the Planning and Zoning Commission with her, going back to like 2013. And Erin Lowry, we actually campaigned together. She got to hear my whole spiel at tens of thousands of doors, and I got to hear hers, so we really became friends through that. And then her father-in-law, Joe Lowry Sr., everybody knows him. So, we're all involved in the local Republican Party. So going into it, I had a little bit of a camaraderie with them. Yeah. But having said that, we're all Republicans, but we all do have different opinions on various things. And Florida, we have something called the Sunshine Law. Right. So the Sunshine Law says that we're not allowed to go out and talk about upcoming things that we're going to vote on as a board prior to a meeting. We can only do it during the meeting, in the public, during minutes being taken, that sort of thing. That creates huge issues because you can't just go talk it out over coffee and iron out the details. So when you get to the commission meeting, you don't really know what their opinion is. You think you do, but you really don't. And then there's also that component of the public scrutiny, right?
Yes.
Certain people will say things with just us sitting here that they won't say in front of a camera.
That's right.
And not that that's a bad thing or a good thing, but some people they weigh things out a little bit differently. Me, I will tell you the same thing behind closed doors that I will with the camera in my face, but I feel like I'm built a little bit different like that. And, so, everybody's a little bit different when it comes to that. So trying to predict how they're going to react to something, it's kind of hit or miss sometimes.
Right. I want to ask you, what does Mr. Larry Neese mean to you? When did you meet him, and what do you think about the man, the myth, the legend?
Larry Neese, I worked for the county, and he did some roofing projects for the county, and he did great work, and, Larry's just a good community guy. In fact, he was running against me at one point. He was running for District 1, and I was running for District 3. And then I ended up swapping over because I met with him, and he's like, I got a grandchild coming up, and I'm focused on my business, and I'm not really going to have time, and I think you're the right guy, and you ought to run. And I said, hey, you don't got to ask me twice to stay in Fort Pierce.
I'll do it.
That's right. So Larry's a great guy.
That is awesome. I want to ask you, James, one of the last ones I got for you. A lot of times the 5 commissioners, a lot of people look at them. You guys are on the public eye, a little scrutinized. If you had one message to tell all of the people in our great community, in our great county, what would you want to tell them? Maybe that they didn't know about you.
They don't know about me is that I'm here for the people. I'm always accessible. I've worked 24 hours a day with this. This is the coolest job I've ever had in my life, and I do not take it for granted whatsoever. I never stop reading. I'm always, whether it's comments on Facebook, they tell you not to read those, but I get caught up, and I don't reply to any of them, but I read all of them. I like to get a pulse for what's going on out there, and then just reading development projects and philosophy and different historical texts. I have a master's degree in public administration and a bachelor's degree in political science. At one point, I wanted to be an attorney. I still may go do law school one day, but so I'm a lifelong learner. I always learn something new every day. I try to remain humble, and I always try to teach people things because a lot of people don't know enough about what government does and what they can do to affect change in our government. So I'm always a forever educator.
How are you feeling tonight?
Wonderful. Easton, our son, got dropped off with Nona and Papa, so Mom and Dad have a night off together. Yeah, so super excited.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Now, what is your role and what is it that you do as the chair of the county?
So, as chair, basically, it's almost like a UFC fight of the 5 of us up there.
Right, come on.
And I have to keep everyone in line. I mean, and you have 5 elected officials that love to talk and have all different kinds of perspectives. So, you never know what you're going to get up there.
Wow, and is it 5 different roles or just 5 total people in there?
5 of us. Wow. Please don't give me more, Wyatt.
That's it. 5 is all she needs. For you, how long have you been in that role?
So, chair, this is going into my 2nd year. Typically, it's just 1 year, but we've kind of started something over at the BOCC where the last chair also served for 2 years. And I think there's something to it. The first year is definitely about sort of getting your feet wet.
Wow.
And by the time you're typically ready to hand it over is when you hit your stride. So loving it, but came into an elected position back in November of 22.
Wow, congratulations on that. And where are you originally from?
Originally, Westport, Connecticut.
Wow.
I know I'm not a Floridian, but I've been down here since the mid-'80s. So, I mean, I'm like a ceremonial Floridian, yeah.
I love that. I went and played college basketball in New London, Connecticut for 2 years.
UConn.
So
I mean, you cannot beat
Connecticut.
UConn.
I experienced Connecticcut. I wasn't
Love
good enough
it.
for D1, but hey, I was up there, so I'm playing ball, so shout out. I want to ask you, what does Fort Pierce, what does Port St. Lucie, and the entire St. Lucie County mean to you?
It's my home. It's my home. It just runs in my blood. I moved away for a short little bit back in 2019, 2020, and 3 months after I left, I could not wait to get back here. And that really tells you just how tied my heart is to this community. I mean, live, work, play. We have our challenges, but there's just really something special about this community and the people that come together. I mean, look at this place. I mean, if this doesn't tell you about our community tonight, I mean, it's nothing will.
Yeah. And I want to ask you, what is it like to see the community expand and boom? Obviously, we got tradition, Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie, we're all growing. What is it like for you to see it?
I struggle with it, right? But life is change. So, you acclimate to it and you just try to do the best you can and hope that your decisions are going to be ones, I look at my son Easton. Hopefully, again, the decisions I make today are going to be decisions that will make this community a place where he wants to live, work, and play when he's an adult.
Right. For you, I want to ask, what is a difficult day at work and what is a great day at work for you?
Difficult day at work is when I can't move the needle for a resident. A lot of people ask, what do you do as a county commissioner? A lot of what we spend our time doing, honestly, is trying to resolve issues for residents, whether they've run into a jam in permitting, code enforcement, you name it. It's government, it's a lot of red tape, and sometimes they need us to just try to help navigate it for them. And when I can't, it's a little frustrating.
Wow.
Yeah.
I always like to ask people that work for government, for the county, when you clock out, do you ever really clock out? Does work ever stop?
Absolutely not. I think I was home 2 nights last week. So it's not just 8 to 5, it is 24/7, 365, but I absolutely love it.
You love it?
Yes.
I love that. Now, what did you want to be when you grew up as a young girl?
A teacher, honestly, was the first thing, yes. Right here, Port St. Lucie, Morningside Elementary. When I was in 5th grade, my teacher, Miss Gibson, I still remember her name, was Teacher of the Year, and honestly, she inspired me. Now, fast forward, I obviously didn't become a teacher, but that, I don't know, it just always resonates. I love my teachers. I love my educators.
Wow. If you had some aliens or people or tourists that came to St. Lucie County for the first time, what would you tell them they have to do while they were here for a few days to experience the nice St. Lucie County?
Absolutely. You have to go for a ride on the Indian River Lagoon, however you want to do it, airboat, rent a boat. You have to go visit 12A Buoy, just walk our beautiful beaches, check out our beautiful preserves.
Now, obviously, you're the chairwoman, the commissioner, the big dog. Everyone told me, you got to go get Jamie, got to go get Jamie. But I want to ask you, how important is the team for what you do?
It's all about relationships, honestly. So the 5 of us, we have this thing called sunshine, so can't necessarily, quote, work together. but there is sort of a working together up there on the board. Sometimes acknowledging that maybe you're not 100% for something, but you're going to help someone get their goal across the finish line in hopes that when you bring something forward, even if they're not 100% on board, they're going to get behind and back you as well.
Wow, I love that. Now, how did you meet Mr. Larry Neese, the reason we're all here? The legendary Mr. Larry Neese.
So getting into public service, honestly, it was 2021 and I was starting to make the rounds to let people know that I was going to be running. I went in and I sat down with Larry at his office and I went through a super intense sort of 1 hour interview, and that was it. We've been best friends ever since. And I wouldn't trade him and Christine's friendship for anything.
You gotta love that. Last one I got for you. A lot of people would like to be elected to win something. I've never even won a bingo game, to be honest, in my life. But for you, what was it? Obviously, it was probably stressful as you're running, preparing to make your run. What was it the feeling like once you knew that you were elected and that people chose you?
I would probably equate it to winning the lottery because I am the unluckiest person in the world. So it is sort of almost, for a girl, I equate it to that Cinderella moment, that did that just happen? And it does take a little bit for that cloud to distinguish and you realize, okay, I got elected, now the work begins.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, Miss Jamie Fowler, obviously we know what you do. This is the big commissioner. Well, I want to ask you, and we see you out here doing it all the time, shout out to St Lucie County, but who do you do it for?
I do it for Easton, I do it for my family.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Ms. Fowler,
you.
for stopping by. It was a pleasure. I'm here with Scott off High on the Hog. How you feeling, big dog?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Nice turnout, nice party, good people doing good things.
Always a great night whenever you guys pull up with the food truck. Now, how long have you guys been in business, High on the Hog?
We started during COVID, so about 4 or 5 years now.
A lot of people capitalized during COVID, either made something, started something. Was it an inspiration you to always cook food?
It's just something I always loved, but it was sink or swim. My job shut down in Atlanta. I had to do something, so.
Had to do something. Obviously, his son, he's out here. He got his kids with him. What's it like for you to have your family work with you?
I was proud. He was up all night with the hog last night. We did a case of butts, 50 pounds of brisket, 75 pounds of beans, 50 pounds of mac. And he was right by my side. I've called him my right-hand man since he was a baby.
Wow, you gotta love that, can't
Yeah,
you?
man.
They brought an entire hog here today.
Yeah, he's certified. He's my blessings.
Gotta love it. Is it hard to cook a full hog compared to cutting it up and cooking it like that?
It's scary. When you're working with live fire, anything can go wrong, especially when you're up 24 hours cooking and you want to take a 30-minute nap. Next thing you know, it's an hour and a half.
Wow.
That fire can either go wide open or it can go down to nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then how long on average does it take to cook an entire hog?
That one, they average that was a 100-pounder, so between 12 and 16 hours.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
a long time, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. And like I said, when they displayed it over there on the table, it gave you a fork and said, pick them off. That's all you needed.
Oh,
So
that's it.
simple.
Yeah.
Now, how did you meet Mr. Larry Neese, the reason we are all here today?
You know what? Just God blessings, man. Meeting amazing people. Moved back to Fort Pierce. He just surrounds you by the people that you need, I guess.
That's right.
And he's kind of like a mentor more than a friend. You know what I mean? And, he always speaks positively. He's one of those guys that wants to see everybody win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he does it gracefully with a smile, and he means it. He's sincere.
Now, Scott, you cook for a lot of people, including this entire party. Thank you so much, sir. Who cooks for you? You cook for yourself a lot, or how does that work?
We cook for ourselves a lot, but I love it when my mama cooks.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing better than mama's
No,
cooking.
mama's got it.
How many Neese Roofing Christmas parties have you attended so far?
Quite a few parties now,
Let's
man.
go now.
I'm going to tell you now, he's a certified baller.
You gotta love Larry,
yeah,
baby.
Yeah, dude, ain't no party like an East party, I promise you.
That's what
He
I got
doesn't
for
cut no breaks, man.
Come
he
on,
he don't
baby.
take shortcuts.
Thank you so much, sir. This is Scott High on the Hog. I appreciate you joining us
Why
at the
they're
Larry
the best in
Neese
the
table.
city to do it, man.
Come
Appreciate
on
you,
now.
brother.
Live at the 2025 Neese Roofing Party, and I'm here with Dan of Don't Tell Comedy. How you feeling, big dog?
Oh, good, brother. Oh, good. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Now, what is Don't Tell Comedy for the people that don't know?
So, Don't Tell Comedy, it's a pop-up comedy show where what you do is, you buy tickets for a certain area, like we do them in Fort Pierce as well as Stewart, and you buy the tickets, you don't know the venue, you don't know the lineup, completely mystery, and the day of, when you get there, that tells you the venue. Most of them are BYOB, so people come out, they get super drunk, like it's a good time. Like it's a lot different from like a comedy club show. And my wife and I, Minda, we run shows from basically like Fort Lauderdale to Fort Pierce is our territory. So yeah. The thing is, what's cool with like a Don't Tell show, with it being BYOB, it's like a more casual thing. Like you buy the tickets, you can drink as much as you want. People bring food. I've seen people make a caprese salad in the audience, and it gets wild, but they're a good time. It's a different vibe.
Now, you mentioned you had a performance at the Neese Roofing Center. What was that like?
Oh my God, it's a blast. Fort Pierce people are crazy. You know what I mean? It's a crazy town. There's like peacocks walking around. There's
oh yeah.
But people like to drink. People like to get after it. But Fort Pierce is always a good time when we do the shows.
Gotta love it. Now, how did you meet Larry Neese, and what do you think about the legend, Mr. Larry Neese?
Oh, Larry's awesome. He came out to one of our shows in Stewart sometime, and he was friends of our good friend Lisa Yates, who runs the funeral. So he was friends with Lisa, and we were talking to Lisa about doing some shows at the funeral home, which we still want to do because it sounds awesome. She was like, well, maybe kind of down the road, but she was like, my friend Larry does country music shows and stuff at his venue. We'll kind of show you there. And we went over there, looked at it, and we were like, this is badass. Like, this is like made for comedy. Like, it's almost like a little comedy show, but like with better roofing tiles. Like, like... But yeah, Larry's a great dude. Yeah, man, you're looking sharp over there, dude.
I didn't have no red gear, so I threw it on.
No, I had to get some myself, except for this cowl that lights up. I already owned this, oddly enough. I got it from Walmart. But no, it reminds me, I'm from Western Pennsylvania originally. Wow. So this reminds me of like a Western PA party where I was just going down a back road. I was like, is there something back here? I was like, did I wrong Larry in some way?
Yeah.
I was like,
he set me up.
Yeah, and then we get there and it's like, oh, holy shit, there's like all this cool stuff going on here and it's packed. So it kind of reminded me like being back in Pennsylvania.
Come on now, we got the bra pong, we've got some double Ds, some triple Fs, you never know. For you, how important has your dad been in your life? Obviously as a motivation, an inspiration, what has he meant to you?
Well, he's my dad. He's my father. He's the person that I've looked up to my entire life. He's been in my life. He's coached my baseball teams when I was younger. My dad always made a strive to be at every event that we ever had, whether it was high school sports teams. I competed in competitive public speaking when I was in high school, and my dad watched me give 10-minute speeches for absolutely no reason.
Wow. Did you want to always work with your dad growing up? Did you want to be a part of the family business or no?
So since I was a little kid, I think I had a lot of opportunities to go to work with my dad. I think when I was very little, I had a lot of opportunities to ask my dad, because I was up with him when he was awake, and I'd be like, hey, can I go to work with you this day? And he would take me along, and I worked with him in landscaping, and I've worked with him on various adventures that he's had in clothing companies, and so I've pretty much throughout my entire life, I've been by my dad's side working with him. So it feels really good to still be here and pursuing the dream.
And obviously he's got a lot of successful sons, and they all do great things, but this one is a pilot. Okay, he might be flying through the skies. What inspired you to become a pilot?
I think it's just the dream that I had since I was a young kid. I attended many air shows when I was little, and the Stewart Air Show. I've been to the Lakeland Air Show. I've been to air shows pretty much all across Florida, and I did that for many years, and I still do it to this day. I fly into the Lakeland Air Show when they have Sun and Fun. Wow. So that's what really I think inspired it. Primarily, but I also took my first flight with the Experimental Aircraft Association, the EAA Young Eagles. Oh. Yep. And so after that, I was just obsessed with airplanes, and I finally have gotten myself into a place where I can do it, and at the right time, and we're making it happen.
Making it happen. Do you still get nervous when you're flying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is a stressful environment. It takes a lot of thought, a lot of planning. It's a very, very, very thorough process from the time you wake up to the time you get back home. Taking off is still nerve-wracking because there is the possibility of having an engine failure, and we do a lot of training to prepare for those scenarios, and we practice simulated engine outs. And, so yeah, it's still a very nerve-wracking experience, and I don't think that's something that's ever going to leave me. It shows that I care. If I'm nervous and if I have a little bit of anxiety about it, you know what? It's perfectly normal. It's perfectly normal, but we put on that face that it doesn't bother us, and we handle it. I am an official pilot. I have a private pilot certificate, so that means I can fly fly for fun. I can fly my friends and family around, and I can go solo if I want to. And right now, I'm currently working on the commercial certificate, which is where it's a certificate where I'll be able to be compensated or work for a company that it revolves around aviation.
Wow. Yep. I want to ask you, on a percentage, obviously you had to put hours of flight logs, so much time to earn a real pilot credential. On a percentage, how much percentage was your training in the plane versus out of the plane in books? What's the percentage like for you?
So I live on a rule of 3 to 1. For every 1 hour that I'm in the plane, I'm 3 hours in the books. So I would say that most of the training and most of the learning is done on the ground. I only did 40 hours in the plane to get my first certificate, and then I probably spent close to 150 hours plus in the books and learning and studying, making sure that I understand the concepts and fundamentals.
That's incredible. And you mentioned you love working with your family. Larry Neese, always dad? Is he boss when you're at work? Is he always dad? What's the mixture of boss and dad for you?
Great question. Sometimes it's an even mix, but oftentimes it's more he's my boss than my dad. After hours he's my dad, but when we're at work, we're dedicated to this. So we put a lot of effort into making sure things are getting done right and that jobs are going smoothly. So at the end of the day, he is my boss. So I have to treat him as such. And like I said, once the clocks run out, he's my dad again.
Come on now. Well, that's who I got for you. What does Fort Pierce and the whole St. Lucie County mean to you?
Fort Pierce is a place I call home. We've moved here 20 years now. Yeah, we've been in the Treasure Coast for about 20 years, and I've lived up and down the Treasure Coast ever since then. But I have landed here and I've made it home. It's the place I know. I'm familiar with it, and it's just it has that hometown feel.
Yeah. You already know, guys. Happiness is definitely in a Neese roof. Last one I got for you, Jeremy. We know what you do, Neese Roofing. You see him out at a roof doing it all the time, flying through the skies. But who do you do it for?
Well, first and foremost, I'm doing everything that I can as a man and as a son to, make my family proud. So, primarily, I do it for myself. But in the bigger scope of things, I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this for God, and putting God first always, of course. And I'd say primarily I'm doing all this for myself. But like I said, I'm a family man, and I put my family in the midst of all of them that I'm accomplishing.
Come on now, you already know this is one of the legends, man. We appreciate you stopping by the Neese Media table.
Thank you so much
Jeremy
for having me.
Neese, my future private pilot. You already know, baby. Till next time, we live at the 2025 Redneck Party, baby. Let's go, Neese Roofing. I'm here with Dawn. How are you feeling, ma'am?
I'm feeling good, thanks.
Can you tell the people what it is that you do and who do you represent?
I am Dawn Knupp. I am the development director at United Against Poverty right here in Fort Pierce, Florida.
What do you guys do? We hear the name United Against Poverty, but what is your organization?
We are an organization who has 3 different programs that we utilize to help people living at 200% under the federal poverty guidelines. Wow. We have what's called a member share grocery program. It's our MSGP, and that helps people be able to come in and shop for groceries and household items, and they're usually 30 to 70% discounted from a normal grocery store.
Wow. Now, how did you land this role? What got you here?
Somebody that I used to work with is the executive director there, and he pulled me in and asked me to be on the board. And once he got me on the board, he kind of suckered me in, and I grew that passion for what we do there. And then he set me up and asked me if I would become the development director there. I started out as the development manager.
Wow. And how long have you been involved with this?
Almost 3 years. Well, I've been employed almost 3 years, probably about 4.5 years total.
Wow. And now what have you learned from your time being there, not only in the community, but about people?
I've learned that we have a lot of needs in this community, and we also have a lot of philanthropic people who want to help. Yes. They find out that we have our second program that we have is our Success Training Employment Program. We call it the STEP program. It's kind of like a 4-week boot camp where we are able to teach people in the community how to get a job, how to write a resume, how to dress for success, those hard skills and those soft skills that they may not know. We teach them those things so they can get out into the workforce. The biggest thing to know about United Against Poverty is we offer a hand up and not a hand out.
Wow.
You got to have some skin in the game.
That is amazing.
So they can come in. They can, stop at the front desk. They can get a membership for the MSGP if they're living at 200% under the federal poverty guidelines. Or they can, sometimes we go out to job fairs and stuff within the community, and we gather people that way as well.
Wow. And I love what you just said. It's not a handout, it's a hand up.
Exactly.
These days, a lot of people will just take advantage of getting a handout. For you, are you giving them a source of success, a pathway to success? What are you giving them almost more so than just a handout of food and money?
I think the biggest thing is that we're giving them that ability to take care of themselves and their families, and they're teaching the next generation how to get out of that generational poverty. They can learn what those skills are to get a job. We have employee partners within our county that will hire certain, people to come in for certain jobs. Why not teach them how to take care of themselves?
For anybody that wants to be involved with you guys as a helping partner, maybe a business owner with some money, they don't know what to do with it, how can they get in contact with you, and are you inviting that?
Absolutely. So I run 3 events a year. We have our Fool's Day 5K that's coming up on March 28th this year, and that's a simple 5K. It's over at Causeway Cove in Fort Pierce, and it's very simple. You don't have to run. You can walk. It's not over the bridge. It's under the bridge. Beautiful view. So that's our first event. Our second event is our Hand Up Luncheon, which is in June this year. And it's more of a lunch and learn to teach people what we do. And then our third event is our Lifting Up Lives celebration.
Wow.
We celebrate the successes that we and the people within our organization and all of our participants have had.
That's amazing.
And we always welcome sponsors at all of our events. In fact, Neese Roofing is one of our sponsors and has been this whole year.
Wow, we appreciate you, Mr. Larry. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
United Against Poverty, can you describe to me a great day for you and your role, and what is a difficult, tough day?
A great day for me is when we check the mailbox and we find these checks in the mailbox, or somebody calls me, and especially in the month of December, they're like, "Hey, we got some extra money that we need to allocate out, and so would you like a nice big fat check?" Heck yeah! A bad day for me is probably when I have a lot on my plate and not enough help, and we're working on a small crew at United Against Poverty here in St. Lucie County, and we're building our way up. We have built our team, and we're moving forward. We're stepping up.
Wow. One of the last ones I want to ask you, what's the most rewarding thing for you working at United Against Poverty in your role?
I think the most rewarding thing for me is getting to see the people that live in our community, being able to help the people that live in our community. I grew up in poverty. I know what it's like, and I feel that anybody can get out of it if they want to, and if they believe in just accepting that hand up.
Wow. Do you believe poverty is a status for somebody, or it's just a state of time that you're particularly in at that point?
I think it depends on that person and what they want out of their life.
So you believe anybody that's in poverty can get themselves out?
100%.
You see the demeanor right here? Miss Dawn, she's not playing no games. I love her.
And if they want to learn how, they can go on to our website, upslc.org, and they are more than welcome to do some research on us and what we do, and they're more than welcome to stop in and ask, "Hey, can you help?"
What does Fort Pierce, St. Lucie County in total mean to you?
St. Lucie County is my home. I've been here, like I said, since 1984. I moved here with my parents onto 10th Street in Fort Pierce when I was going into 10th grade in 1984. And so this is my home. This is my community. This is our community.
That's right. If you want to be a part of it, you want to do something, change it, you got to be involved. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Get some skin in the game. You heard, Dawn. Last one I want to ask for you. Ms. Dawn, we know what you do. United Against Poverty. We see you out here doing it at all times, but who do you do it for?
Who do I do it for?
Yes, ma'am.
I do it. Who do I do it for? That's a great question. I think I do it, number one, for God, because we are required to give service, and I believe that, and I believe that everybody deserves to have a chance, and so I'm doing it for all the people in our community as well.
2025 Larry Neese Roofing Party. The Redneck Christmas Party. How you feeling, baby? We got Cuz I Can in the building.
Feeling pretty good. How are you?
Come on, we got live dancing in the building.
Hey.
There's nothing like a Neese Roofing Party, baby. Let's go. Now, Mr. Cuz I Can, how do you know Mr. Larry Neese? When did you meet him, and what do you think about the man, the myth, the legend?
I actually met Larry Neese right after COVID. They had the prom on the farm when they canceled all the proms and stuff like that.
Right.
So I went out there to help out with that, volunteer with that, and I met him. And what's crazy is Larry used to work with my dad back in the 90s.
Wow. Small world.
Yeah, Stein's Roofing, they used to work together. So yeah, once I met him and then I told my family who he was, they was like, oh, you know, we know him. And he built one of my dog's first dog houses back in the 90s. So I just re-met him, but apparently I've always known.
You've always known. Now, how you feeling about a Redneck 2025 Neese Roofing Party? Do you feel a little redneck? Do you feel out of place? I don't know how I feel.
No, I love me an old redneck party. I am a country boy at heart. I think everybody can use a little redneck party.
Come on.
I'm a country boy at heart. I love me some country music, and I love me boots. And there's some fire-ass boots in this tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Mr. Larry Neese. That's my white Haitian right there. Sci-fi motherfucker. Hello. If you close your eyes, because he looks like a regular redneck person, but if you close your eyes and he starts to speak Creole, you think Kunta Kinte was standing in front of you. So yeah, shout out to Larry Neese. Shout out to Jerks of St Lucie County.
Nobody told you today, baby, you look good. Shout out to you, cause I can.
I received that. I received that.
Yo, Creole. Yay! I'm here with my brother, Jose Legit Mundo. How you feeling, big dog?
I'm feeling like a million right now. Look at me. They call me Hillbilly William.
You see him, baby?
Holiday season, if you go into a holiday party, it's necessary to come to Larry Neese holiday party.
Come on now.
So I've been to almost all the ones that he's ever hosted.
Let's go. You already know.
It's a beautiful thing to see just the diversity in here, how everyone comes together for a great purpose, to give back. He has a tremendous amount of collection of toys at the bed of his truck.
Yeah.
Phenomenal event. Everyone's having a great time. This is what it's all about. I feel like Christmas is not only about a holiday, but it's about bringing people together no matter what the weather is, no matter what you're feeling or who you believe in. It's about coming together and serving a purpose. And to me, it's fruitful to know that my friends do the same thing. And when I first met Larry, he's always had a heart of giving back. And one thing that I noticed is that he never stopped giving. Even when I first met him, he was always trying to find a reason. As he was always willing to give. And ever since I've known Larry, he's always been on a mission. You know, he has a background a lot of people don't know about him, but he's always been in the mission to serve. Yeah. He's always been in the purpose of always giving back. So when I seen him here in Fort Pierce and he came into my barbershop, you know, good energy synchronizes, you know. So then we just kicked it off from there.
Now, this is a real trendsetter, a real community leader. This is the real Jose Legit Mundo. Appreciate you stopping by.
Appreciate you, man. You already know when I'm wide open, we always got to go all the way out.
Come on, baby.
Hey, dressed like that, you know we going to Palm Beach or something.
I might not be a redneck, but I do my thing out here, you know what I'm saying?
You look like the redneck lawyer, man.
I might be a lawyer for it, baby. Let's have a good time. I'm here with Ben. How you doing, big dog?
Doing well, man. How about yourself?
Good to see you always.
Yeah. So I am the owner of Titan Gutters and Drainage. We're a stormwater management company locally in Fort Pierce and South Florida.
Wow, you gotta love it. Now, how did you meet Mr. Larry Neese, and what do you think about the man, the myth, the legend?
So I met Larry at a B&I meetings, but before then I had heard about the man, run into customers that knew him. You know, he was kind of the legend.
Yep.
And I finally got to meet him at B&I, and yeah, it was just one of those things where I was like, man, I have been trying to meet you for a long time, you know. He's such a big name that it was like, you know, I need to be friends with this guy. This guy is somebody to know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, how long have you been in business?
So I've been in business for 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah,
Everybody needs a gutter. Where can they find you? How can they get in contact?
So you can go on our website, titangutters.com, either that or you can just Google stormwater management. So we do a little bit of everything. So it's not just gutters. So stormwater management, we take care of gutters, drainage, so any underground drainage, foundation repair, and then also pool cages. So what we're running into a lot now is since 2005, from the hurricanes, all the cages had to be replaced, and now they've become a liability. And aluminum does not rust, but the screws do. So what we're doing is we are replacing all the screws and painting the cage and making it basically viable again. Because right now it gets to the point where these cages are liabilities. They just have to come down, which is expensive, and putting another one up is expensive, and they're assets. So we turn them from being liabilities to assets.
So imagine having to replace the entire cage, do all of that renovation to get a whole new apparatus where you could go through you guys.
Yep, and we'll make it brand new for a third of the cost.
Wow. You still get your hands dirty? Do you still go out in the field, or you've set the standard and you can kind of work from the office?
Absolutely, I get my hands dirty.
Let's go.
Let me tell you what, man. So your guys have to see you work. Every time that I go onto a job, I do the hardest, crummiest job when I'm on site. Wow. And I bust my ass. Right. So I show them, you have to be the example. Yeah. And so you get a lot of respect from your guys when you step up and they're like, hey, he's just not some check writer. So I absolutely, I still go job site, I grab a shovel, I'll start digging ditches. Wow. Right with the other guys too.
I love to hear that. Now, I believe that every leader is a boss, but not every boss is a leader. Clearly, he's leading the way.
You're absolutely right. And again, you have to be the example. You are that house on the mountain, so to speak.
Now, obviously, you have a beautiful wife, but I want to ask you, our beautiful fiance at this point. Yes. I want to ask you, Larry Neese told me that you guys met at one of his Christmas parties. Is this true, sir?
Our first date was at Larry Neese's party. He just bought a condo in Hutchinson Island, and I just landed this big condo job, and she's from Miami, and she bought this house as a investment property, just weekend house. Yeah. So I meet her at the job site, and I'm like, I've got to meet this woman. I've got to spend some time with her. And Larry had invited me to the party, and it was actually one of the first times that me and Larry started doing business, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to bring this girl. She is going to be, the impression setter. That's right. And so I invited her to Larry's party, and it was the ragtime party. So that was 2 parties ago. This is our 3rd party together. And she called me and asked me, because we were supposed to be doing ragtime dancing. She asked if I could dance, and I was like, yeah, I can dance, And so she said, well, how well can you dance? And I said, well, I don't understand the question. Yeah. And she said, I just wanted to know if I needed to wear my 3-inch or my 6-inch heels. And I was like, what?
She knows what she's doing.
So she did professional salsa dancing. And I was like, oh my God. Like, you want to talk about just ruin your day? I was like, oh no, I am going to
thrown into the big league.
I know, man. I was like, I am not ready for this. And, from having just like this, I am super confident to oh, no. I was like, oh, man, this is not going to go good.
That's awesome. And now she is your fiancée.
She is my fiancée. No, it's wonderful. So, we have to thank Larry for being for our first date, the first day that I met this first date.
Not only can he give you a great roof, he might be able to find you your love.
Absolutely, man. The man is wonderful. I tell you what, Larry is such a great guy.
And now, Ben, have you become a better salsa dancer now than when you first?
I absolutely have. I can tell you, we have done a lot of hours of salsa dancing. Wow. Man, we put it on YouTube, and we got like 3-hour sessions where she's teaching me not to look like such an asshole on the floor.
That's right. You got to love it.
I do it all, man. So I can tell you that we did President Trump's gutters. Wow. Yeah, so I can tell you we are the only gutter and drainage company that has been vetted by the Secret Service.
Wow. And now you are an official line dancer. Can you tell me a little bit about the dancing?
Okay, yeah, I do. I line dance with the Wild Roses here on the Treasure Coast. They are 8-time world champions.
8-time, baby!
Yeah. So definitely have some great instructors. They teach all over the Treasure Coast. We're all the way from West Palm up to Vero Beach. So yeah, it's a great time. If you want to learn a line dance, just check out the Wild Roses and come join us and come dance with me on the dance floor. So much fun.
Is it a workout? Is it difficult to line dance?
Okay, it's definitely a good workout. I do it for exercise. Usually I dance about 2 hours in the evening, and I burn like about 600 calories, so definitely a good thing to do. It is not difficult. You take the beginner classes, they teach you the steps right from the very get-go, and with each week you keep coming back, you learn more and more, and you get better and better. It's what I did. I've been dancing for about 5 years now.
Come on now, a great one too. But I want to ask, this is always a question I've had for line dancing. Is it generic? Like if you go to Mississippi or Idaho, do they know the same line dance as here in Fort Pierce, or are they all different?
So funny thing is they're very different. It's definitely a regional thing. You can dance. There are several dances just to one song. So depending on where you're from and where you're learning, it's gonna be what you learn. But line dancing is a worldwide thing. It's all over the place, and we dance not just country music. We dance to all kind of genres from different decades. It's just so much fun. You definitely get to learn a lot about music, and it doesn't matter if you land somewhere else and you realize that everybody's dancing a different dance. You just dance your dance on the floor, and somebody will join you because somebody knows the one you know.
I love that. One of the last ones I got for you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I asked your son, what's it like working with family? Obviously, this is mom. What is it like for you to work in a family business?
I start my day every day with a hug from my boys, so I absolutely love it. I love the opportunity that I get to see them every day. We work together. Not every family can do it. Somehow we have figured it out. We still love each other at the end of the day, so that's what it counts.
I love it. Christine, I want to ask you, what does Fort Pierce and the whole St. Lucie County mean to you?
Well, we've been here since '04. I'm originally from Canada, so I keep seeming to be moving further and further south, it seems like. But I do absolutely love Fort Pierce. I love how welcoming and how inclusive the community has been since we moved into the Fort Pierce area. St. Lucie County, it's growing, so it's a great place. It's growing, it's becoming its own thing, and I love just seeing the growth that it has and what the future is going to be for this county. It's amazing, and it's an amazing area. If you think about moving to Florida, definitely check out St. Lucie County. Before long there won't be enough houses or land, so you better jump on it now while you can.
That's right, you heard it here first, and as you know, happiness is the Neese roof. We're gonna have a great time. We got bra pong. We've got a lot of stuff going on. It's the Redneck Christmas Party 2025. This is the MVP of Neese Roofing. If you didn't know, now you know. We'll see you on the dance floor.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Wyatt.
Come on now.
We're losing the voice.
Losing the voice, gain a little accent.
Yeah.
You never know what's going on around here.
Man, you don't know. I'm so thankful to the Miranda family for hosting us here. They have a beautiful bakery in Fort Pierce called Panderia La Perla, and they were so nice to have us here this year.
Amazing. The parking was phenomenal. A safe venue. Couldn't ask for a better place. The lighting, the drapes, the decorations, unbelievable.
Absolutely, and they were so hands-on all night. They were here right now picking up trash with us, folding the chairs, and they helped take trash out all night. They never had a moment where it was an inconvenience for us or for them. Now, Wyatt, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
How was your first Neese Christmas party?
Listen, I didn't get to experience as much as I would like, but I got to observe a lot from here. It was incredible. Like I said, no fights, no issues, all positivity. So every hug, every smile, people on the dance floor, professional line dancers. It was unbelievable.
I'll tell you. Did you get some of that pig?
Listen, all you needed was a fork. Scott said, grab a fork and just pick off it.
Scott from High on the Hog just absolutely crushed it this year for the party for us.
I got to say, the band was amazing. Sometimes the live band, hey, they're a live band, but they were really good tonight.
Absolutely. Carl with Whiskey Trip is one of the best local live bands that's out there. You have to go see him when he plays. Follow him on Instagram and check him out.
Absolutely. Shout out to Carl. Mad I didn't get them on the show tonight because they were so busy doing their thing, but they were unbelievable.
Absolutely, yeah. We were so happy to have them here this year. We used to always do live music, and the last 2 years we did DJs, and it was great to have that atmosphere of the live band back in this place.
Loved it, bro. Now hit it on the head. Now, Larry, I've been asking everybody. I want to ask you, what does Fort Pierce and ultimately St. Lucie County mean to you?
So this place is home. God brought me here in 2004. I always wanted to live on the coast. Hurricanes brought us here. I worked for a great roofing company, which was the oldest roofing company at the time. Fast forward a few years, he retired.
Stein Roofing?
Stein Roofing.
Because Ken told us about it. That's crazy,
right.
Larry.
Yep. So it was Stein Roofing. His dad actually worked there with me at the time.
Wow.
And it was a great opportunity. We did a lot of work, like 18,000 roofs in 2.5 years. It was a big undertaking. Then the housing market came, the housing market crash came, the recession. It was really hard on us, and we kind of muddled through it, moving the whole family down here. They were all little kids at the time, so that was kind of a struggle, but it really became a neat place. God really just taught us a lot of stuff about marketing and networking and getting to know people and seeing the needs in a community and getting involved, which ended up turning into blessings for us and our family.
Absolutely. I want to ask you, Mr. Neese, you obviously have a successful family business. Some people might tell you don't mix family and business. For you, how important is it to be working with your family, and what's it like for you?
So yeah, that is a funny little cliche. I do not identify or buy into that philosophy. Listen, I do work for my friends. I do work for their families. I do work for my family. There's no one that I would say not do business with. You know, if you're doing a great job and you're honest and you're trying to do the absolute best to give the best outcome in the future, you have nothing to. Everybody can appreciate that.
Right, you already know. Now, the great saying, happiness is in a Neese roof. To you, what does that mean to you, Mr. Larry?
So, the happiest day that we found in a customer's roofing life is the day we take off the old roof. The happiest day after the job is completed, and sometimes people don't even realize it, is when you have a little small problem and you can call the company who did it and somebody picks up the phone and they come out and they take care of you. Long-term commitment. The saddest day of a person's life when they have a roof is when they're 3 years down the road. They thought they got a great price from some company that they may or may not have heard from, and nobody's answering the phone. Nobody's come to take care of an issue that may have come up.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's what it is for us.
Absolutely. Now, I asked the boys, and I want to ask you, Mr. Larry, obviously you're dad to your beautiful boys. A great family here, right? But how do you balance being dad and boss? Are you always dad? Are you always boss? What's that like for you?
So, you know, it's kind of a wild thing. At work, we are employer and employee. The two boys, Derek and Josh, each own 10% of the company. So they have a little bit of ownership, and they take some pride in that, but it's still, I'm the big owner, my wife is the second owner, and they're the minor owners. But we treat it like it's a business. Listen, the only thing that matters is that we're doing what we're supposed to do. Yeah. We're making enough money to be able to grow the company into the future and provide great benefits for our employees. I mean, we're like the only company that has a Cadillac health insurance policy that's as good as government right now.
Right, absolutely. Now, how important is Christine for you, not only in your life as your beautiful wife, but for Neese Roofing? I've called her the MVP all night, Larry, but you let us know.
So she's an MVP, there's no doubt. So financially, Christine she has a degree in accounting. Wow. She's a great bookkeeper. You know, she lets me know at any time, listen, you know, we are spending too much on charities and it's happened before. Or, hey, listen, we need to move a little bit of money into this area. Let's grow some better benefits for the employees. Let's do something better here. Or she'll just look at me and go, listen, we're spending too much here and we could save some money if we did X, X, and X. And so it really works really well for her. She's a great accountability partner in the company. Wow. Listen, all I've got to tell you is you guys show up. I can't believe the quality of gifts you guys bring to these children. There's bikes, yes. There's top of the line stuff. I can't believe it. There's got to be 600-700 for gifts inside of that truck.
Absolutely. The entire Chevy's bed is full with toys, all for the kids. This is a great event. We had a great time tonight, all because of the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Larry Neese. Thank you so much for having me here, having us all here. Come on now, Santa came early right here at the Neese Roofing Party. Happiness is in a Neese roof. Until next time, it's your boy YDOE with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Larry Neese.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, baby. No one does it like a Neese Roofing Party. 2025, the Redneck Party. I hope you had a great time. Hope you enjoy watching this video as much as we had a great time making it happen. Derek, I appreciate you, big dog.
Thank you, sir.
This is one of the man of Neese Roofing. Until next time, let's go, baby. Happy Halloween and happy Christmas, happy New Year, happy holidays. And what? Happiness is truly in a Neese roof.
It is. It really is.
Come on, baby. Till next time, let's go.
Absolutely.